Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy Monster Cast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy Monster Cast, the heroes of SET Alpha 1-2 make a new friend with some big problems.
Hi, my name is Ron. I'll be playing Philip Marlowe, the robot pilot Ace.
My name is Brendan. I will be playing Leviticus Overton, a quick flex glitter boy.
Hi, my name is Frankie. I'm playing Kuva, a Simvin Burster.
Hi, my name is Jung Soo, and I will be playing an elf cyber knight named Mingbi.
Hi, my name is Frank, and I'm playing Click, a Tremidor Techno Wizard.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bob, and I'm playing Quinlan, who's an elven leyline walker.
Previously on the Happy Monster Cast.
You have been on a mission to do two things. One is to determine the origin of these mysterious beings that seem to be appearing out of nowhere and have a strange magical resonance. You first encountered Hamilton the Toaster Pot, then you encountered the enormous blue shiny ship that apparently crashed from space, and most recently you encountered this woman Zell in a tower, and she is now accompanying you back to Castle Refuge. The other half of your mission was to locate the Seal of Solomon, which was in something called the Southeast Fortress, controlled by the Federation of Magic. You found it. It blasted its way out of the fortress and headed off in the direction of the Coalition states. He flips open a notebook from his back pocket. Yes, I recall that. Unexplained phenomenon. One of our agents in Chi-Town initially reported it. We have confirmation from 3 separate sources, so I would consider it confirmed. Occurred, let me see, 10 days ago. And you know that 10 days ago was precisely when you were in the process of attacking the Southeast Fortress.
Right, so if it happened 12 days ago, then we know that this thing just flew straight to Chicago or Chi-Town.
I suggest that you have this young woman Zella accompany you in your mission to see if others of these beings are drawn to you. Perhaps you can learn more by greater exposure to beings from more of the planes, or if you are greatly fortunate, perhaps some from the same plane may encounter you, and we can gain further knowledge in this way. We've established a plan for you to reach Chi-Town safely, or as safely as we can arrange.
You guys are on the march. You don't have to cross the Mississippi this time. You're headed towards Chi-Town. You hear what sounds like a disturbance maybe a mile ahead. What you see are 8 creatures that you can identify from your experience as Broadkill, the cyborg demons, that are shooting what appears to be a recently landed or possibly crashed skyboat.
Demons are bad news.
And since it's a skyboat, it's definitely not Coalition, because skyboats are magic.
Well, I think we should come to the rescue of the skyboat people.
I agree.
Go help them.
The boat itself is toast. Whether or not there's anybody alive in it is a whole other question.
Oh, we gotta try.
You suddenly feel like your glitter boy has suddenly become enormously large all around you. Like, it's so big that you drop down into the foot. They appear to have turned you into a rat. And the woman looks at you all and says, "Who are you people? And more importantly, does any of you know how to dispel magic?" Okay, so to recap, you guys are continuing with your 2 missions that the Tomorrow Legion has assigned you. One of them is to locate the Seal of Solomon. To that end, you are headed north into Coalition territory to investigate the possibility that it has arrived in Chi-Town. Their second mission is to investigate the mysterious appearances like Hamilton the Toaster Bot and Zell and the space pirates, and see if there are more that appear and if there's something you can learn from them. To that end, you've brought Zell along with you because there seems to be a phenomenon where these beings are attracted to each other. On your trip to the Coalition, you discovered a skyboat under attack by Broadkill. You managed to take out the Broadkill pretty easily with some help from a woman who popped out from the skyboat And as soon as the battle was over, her first question was, "Who are you people?"
Popular question.
You're obviously not from the coalition.
Right, so we explained that we are from the. Sorry. We give her the whole backstory of how we came to be here and ask her where she's from.
I'm from the Federation of Magic, the True Federation. But I must confess, I'm on the run, and I'm hoping that one of you has the ability to
From.
I'm hoping that one of you has the ability to dispel magic.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember.
Oh,
where we left off here.
I'm a mouse now, aren't I? I'm a squirrel or something.
Yeah, you're a rat.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All right. Well, in that
So
case,
I would have explained
what I
it.
said was, yeah, okay. Shit, I forgot about the rat thing. All right.
Squeak, squeaker, squeaking.
We got here when the fight was happening between the both of them, right? She
Yes,
was being assailed by the demons.
Yeah, the
What was-
skyboat was already grounded with some holes shot in it, and the Broadkill were attacking her. She was taking cover in the skyboat, but she came out to support you guys when you attacked.
Okay. I want to, while we're talking, I would be walking around and just looking at the skyboat and anything, just to see if there's anything suspicious, or does everything just seem normal?
It looks like a pretty standard Federation of Magic skyboat, maybe a little fancier than most. It's pretty elaborately decorated.
Okay. Nothing of interest, though?
No. Okay, make a notice check, actually, as you're prowling around. So, Kuva, as you're prowling around, you hear a ribbit from the skyboat.
I'll put my ear closer to where the sound came from, examine, like any through a window or anything that I could possibly see.
The skyboat's kind of turned on its side, so you can see into the interior. And on further examination, you see a very large frog wearing a small crown.
Large size of a person or size of a dog?
No, not like a giant frog, but like a baseball mitt size frog.
Oh, okay. I look at it and say, "Well, that's interesting."
He says, "You think that's interesting? You should see the other guy."
I can understand him.
Yes, he's speaking American.
Oh, wow. All right. I'll pick him up and say, "Look, I found a frog. He appears to be a king." And I'll lift him up into the air.
not a king, just a baron. It's all good.
I'll stare at him with curiosity from that point on.
Okay, so the woman looks over and says, "I see you found Rudolph."
What's his story?
That's my boyfriend.
Ooh, dating a baron. That's exciting.
Well, he wasn't like this until very recently. He's the son of a very high-ranking individual who shall remain nameless in the Federation of Magic. I was assigned as his bodyguard. We fell in love. His father didn't approve. So we made a run for it in the skyboat. Unfortunately, we ran into these Broadkill. Not sure that if they were sent for us or not. They shot down the skyboat, and they had some kind of magic. I'm not exactly sure what, that turned my friend here into a frog.
This is what you need the dispel magic for, then. Yeah.
Yes, precisely.
I'll look toward my teammates. Who would more than likely be able to do something like that? My magic oriented. So Quinlan or Kalik.
Could I knock together an orb of dispelment?
Yes, you can. You can use your arcane machinist ability to bang through a device. So I need a techno wizard roll, please.
Is there anything I can do to augment him doing that?
I would allow an occult roll to assist.
All right, cool. Occult it shall be. Dun, dun, dun.
We've got weird science on that?
Weird science.
I'm going to have
Great
Lego
film.
in my head all night now.
That's a hell of a good song, though.
It is.
All right, that is sufficient. You now have a dispel gadget.
I whip out a thing that looks like a giant eraser and wave it over him.
I put him down before he does that.
Yeah, I need weird science rolls to actually dispel the power.
I would go over to to our glitter boyfriend, and I would knock on his armor, and then I would lift his helmet up and then see that he's a rat.
Okay, so the frog disappears, and a handsome man wearing a baronet's crown appears.
You are a very handsome man.
I'll say I liked him better as the frog.
Talking frogs are cool.
You're also distracted because part of the skyboat is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not good.
I'm not
Did the fire
distracted. I
happen
like
because-
that.
That's why you're distracted. You're overlooking at the skyboat on fire. Okay. Would you also like to try your dispel on your buddy Leviticus or Laradicus?
I suppose.
All right. He inflates back into his human size inside his armor, or quick flex size, I guess.
Oh, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. If I spelled any longer as a rat, I would have run for office.
Woman says so. I'm Anna, and this is Rudolph here. Obviously, I introduced him already as the frog. So this Tomorrow Legion outfit that you guys are part of, I don't suppose you take in refugees.
Of course we do. We're not savages.
Well, I mean,
I poke my head into the boat and I scream, "Is there anyone else aboard? Escape before it's too late."
There's no response.
Don't say I didn't warn you. And then I start lighting the rest of the boat on fire.
We could have used that.
It was pretty well shredded. So
I do a dance while
probably
I make animals with the clothes.
All right, that definitely merits a Benny.
Yes.
I just shake my head from in my gun wolf.
It was pretty well shredded, so probably not something that would have been successful.
All right. And, yeah, I mean, we're certainly a compassionate society. We're not actually heading back to the Tomorrow Legion right now, though. We're heading deeper here into the Coalition State. We're deeper into Chi-Town.
Well, that's definitely not going to work for us. But we're pretty resourceful in general. I think if you can give us directions to this castle of yours, we can probably make our way there on our own. I do have a wingboard that I salvaged here from the skyboat, so we can use that to get there.
Aren't they fun?
They are fun.
Right. So I guess we give directions and send them on their way.
Okay. Before you do that, I would like a notice roll from Click at -2, please.
Oh God, they're plague carriers, aren't they?
That suffices. You get a little bit of a funny vibe off of them. In an arcane sense, as they're packing their things and getting ready to go.
So I slip on my goggles of looking at magic and I scan them up and down.
And you've become pretty practiced at this, and you see that they have a resonance, not the same one as any of the others that you've seen, but similar, and similar to Zell, of a higher order of sophistication than the other ones that you've seen.
So I nudge the nearest team member to me and say, I think we have an Earth 2 situation here.
Right.
And
so part of our task here was to compare resonances among people from different timelines, right?
Or from wherever they're coming from, yeah.
Or whatever it is. So before they go off, we say, hey, hang on a second. We are picking up signals that would suggest that you're from a parallel dimension from us. And we need to record some data on you before you go. And also, when you arrive back in the castle, here's who you need to report to, because we want to send them to the leader back there so they can be studied the same way that what's her name was.
She says, "Well, I'm happy to report, but are you telling me that you people are from a parallel dimension? That all of you came through a rift?"
No, we're from here. You're from a parallel dimension.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I've spent my whole life here.
But can any of us really know where here is?
What are you, some kind of philosopher?
It could be. Am I? What is a philosopher?
Yep, that's a philosopher, all right.
Click takes an aspirin.
I am not getting paid enough.
Well, so, I mean, having been kind of practiced in this, we can take some basic readings, right? So I guess we do so, and then record that. Yeah, well, I was going to say, I mean, so here's the readouts. When you get back to the castle, give this to the whoever that guy was, the techno mage who was studying Zell, and they'll know what to do. Yeah, I mean,
okay. She says, well, I mean, I grew up in the city of Brass right here on Rift's Earth. So, I didn't come through a rift. Rudolph here didn't come through a rift. So really not sure.
They sound like they're lying. Is there anything in their voice?
You can make a notice check.
Okay.
I noticed nothing.
No, the wild die counts.
Okay.
You notice everything. Click, you're not really sure, but Kuva and Leviticus, you're pretty confident, and Quinlan, you all kind of feel like they're being straight with you.
Okay.
Is Brass a city we've heard of?
The city of Brass, that's basically the capital of the Federation of Magic. As a note, this is kind of the same situation you had with Zell, where she also had a complete backstory on Rift's Earth.
Okay. So, I think that what's going on here is that you're coming from, the readings indicate that we're definitely from different universes. And I think that what's happening is that they are very, very close. It's not like it's so different. It's so weird. It's like the universe next door.
Interesting. I still have no memory of going through a rift though. So I'm not really sure how that works.
Well, it's a puzzlement, and that's why we need to study it.
I suppose that's fair, and we certainly need the refuge. The last thing I want is for Lord Dunscan or any of his minions to come across us. So,
well, and look at it this way: the more interesting you are to the rulers of the Federation because of this, the easier time you'll get. Doors opening and so on and so forth.
Well, that certainly makes sense.
You're not just a refugee; you're a valuable commodity here.
Very well. So she saddles up the wingboard with her boyfriend, and they fly off to the south, and you continue your travel north.
Rolling.
So you're in pretty deep wilderness now. You haven't gotten into the farming territories for the coalition yet. It's pretty wild territory. There's not a lot of sign of civilization for the next day or two.
I'd like to every now and then fly straight up into the sky and see what I can see in every direction.
Okay. So on one occasion when you're doing that, you spot a human woman on the ground, and she is waving frantically at you.
Is she in a clearing, or is she in some brush?
It looks like she saw you in the sky and emerged from hiding to try to flag you down.
Okay. Over the comms, I'll let everyone know her direct direction from where we are, and that there is someone that might need assistance.
Yep. As you take a closer look at her, she is armored. She's armed with a laser pistol, laser rifle, vibro sword, pretty typical armaments. And she seems to have some kind of a creature accompanying her.
Is it a frog?
It does not appear to be a frog, no, but you can't really make it out at a distance.
What do you want to do, Captain? Are we moving in?
Yeah, I would say so.
And then we'll close distance and greet her.
Okay, so you guys start moving in. And as you approach, she actually seems to be kind of happy to see you, which is not normal reaction.
Bet it's a trap.
It's a trap.
She appears to be a Native American woman. And you all know that the Native American nations had a major resurgence after the rifts, and they are a significant power in North America these days.
Excellent.
Okay. So we go up and greet her, and
still stay kind of in the air. Keep an
Okay.
eye.
Yeah. I mean, on guard because
Yeah, and cautious.
The critter that is accompanying her appears to be a particularly large and personally armored raccoon.
Okay.
Very nice.
What is it?
It's a raccoon wearing body armor.
Okay, we might be violating copyright here, but okay.
It is not carrying a gun.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. She says, I'm known to my people as Mischievous Child.
Okay, well,
I'm looking for help.
what seems to be the problem?
You can call me Mischief if you want something a bit shorter.
Fair enough. Mischief, what seems to be the problem?
It's my village. It's been taken over. Are you familiar with the creatures known as Neuron Beasts?
Is there some kind of skill I can make to see if I would know that?
Why, yes, I am.
Yeah. Common knowledge, and some of you are. Enough of you that the rest of you can kind of fill in.
Groovy.
Yeah. Did I fight those at any point?
You have not fought them, but you've heard of them.
Neuron beasts. Okay.
They are very, very dangerous. For one thing, they are quite large. 20 feet tall, 4 arms, tentacles.
Wow.
So it makes a mind flare look like a baby rattle by comparison.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of barbecue at the end of the day.
Yep. Psychic vampire. Mind Flayer, copyright Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Illithid? Does that count?
I think they also copyrighted that one, but I'm not 100% sure.
Damn it.
Sorry. It's just a copyright violation kind of night. All right, go ahead.
So they're not always evil, just usually. And they're well known for having both strong magical and psychic powers.
All right.
They often use invisibility in order to hide themselves and strike from hiding, but they are very difficult even to attack or when revealed.
Okay.
This beast had an entourage, a half dozen mind melters accompanying it. Amongst them, they have completely bewitched my village. They had me too, but I had a mystical experience. Our sacred tree broke me from the spell and told me to seek out help. The tree said that if I came this way, I would find noble heroes who could assist me in freeing my people.
Pretty smart tree. Right. Okay. Well, why your village? I mean, why did they attack your village? What's the draw here?
I'm uncertain, but neuron beasts are known to thrive on conflict. It's possible that the neuron beast wants to use our village to attack the coalition or some other settlement nearby.
Using your villagers, your family and everything as an army or as an attack force?
Exactly. They feed on strong emotion, neuron beasts. They feed on fear, pain, rage. And if they could use our people to create those feelings in others, it would be a great feast.
Well, we don't feel fear and we don't feel pain, but I can't guarantee anything about rage.
I feel fear. I feel lots of fear.
Come on, you're harshing my vibe here. Well, okay.
Will you help my people?
Absolutely, no question.
We're gonna help mischievous.
We're gonna help mischievous child.
Is there any money in this?
Just as a note, you are being paid by the Tomorrow Legion.
And for the more cynically minded of us, helping this village actually serves our purpose, because then they could theoretically be a rearguard action, help us out as a rearguard action later on. They might be able to assist us with distraction or other thing as we go deeper into the coalition.
Good point. True.
So it's not all altruism over here.
Any vibes on mischief?
If you pop your goggles on, you look at her, and the answer is yes.
Damn it. Let's go help the alternate Earth people save their village from the gigantic scary thing.
Okay, so how are you going to do this? Your friend here knows that. Your friend here knows the terrain, so she knows exactly how to get to her village and the terrain around it. So the question then becomes, how do you want to approach?
What do we know about the Neuron Beast? Can we lure it out somehow or cause it to reveal itself?
Well, you know what it likes to eat.
So if we set up a feast of pain, fear, and rage, it will just be lured to that, drawn to that, do you think? Are these things intelligent?
Extremely.
Do they have known weaknesses?
Not that you know of. They are pretty dangerous creatures. None of you rolled high enough on common knowledge to have a real great assessment of what their weaknesses and strengths might be.
Roll to see if I know anything.
Yeah, no, not really.
Well, can I do a research roll? I mean, I've got Wikipedia loaded into my armor.
Is Wikipedia a thing?
Okay.
We're using Google.
All right. So you guys got a little more data between Philip's combat experience and Leviticus running through the data banks in his armor. So you know that neuron beasts are magic and psionic. You also know that they have a heavily armored hide. They have mega damage armor, so you're going to need mega damage weapons or something that bypasses armor to attack them. You also know that they have some ability to regenerate and that they are multi-dexterous with their multiple arms.
And they have how many arms?
4, plus a dozen tentacles that they walk around on.
That's 4 attacks per turn for them?
Possibly, yes. You don't have the exact details, but that's a possibility. You have heard stories of them fighting with psionic swords or psionic blades, similar to the one that Lady Mimby can summon.
It really sounds like just a straight up slugfest is the way to go on this guy. But
Well, bearing in mind, he's got reinforcements too. There are 6 mind melters in there. And mind melters you have encountered before. They have mind melters in the Tomorrow Legion. They are the pinnacle of psychic power, and they are master psionics. So all of their psionic powers can go into mega territory, and they're very hard to hit with psionic damage as well.
Are they susceptible to straight up physical attack, though?
They are, but they usually have defenses. So they might have psychic armor. They'll try to distract you. They might have illusions or make themselves intangible. There's a lot of things that they can do to make themselves more difficult to hit.
Is there any way we can draw these guys away from the village and get them to abandon it?
Well, your idea of luring them out with strong emotion has some potential anyway.
Yeah. I mean, which would mean, let's say, setting up one of us as a draw to lure them. I mean, if we lure them all out all at once, that's going to be quite a fight. If we try to pick them off one by one, we'd stand better odds, but I'm not sure they'd come out one by one.
She says, well, it seems like the Neuron Beast has a hold over his minions because they tend to go everywhere with him. So I'm not sure you'll be able to pull them apart.
Can your tree give us any help?
I don't know what powers it has. It's never spoken to anyone before in my knowledge, although there are legends from centuries ago of its power.
Can we get close enough to talk to the tree or ask it to talk to us without tipping off the Neuron Beast?
I suspect I can. I'm not to blow my own horn, but I am quite familiar with the woodlands and have considerable skill in moving unseen. But she sort of looks over the Glitter Boy and the Gunwolf in particular.
Yeah.
I do not see you as perhaps having that same level of subtlety in your approach.
I have other things to recommend me, though. How about this? How about since the tree obviously looks upon you with some favor, can you go back and ask the tree what it can do to assist us in either luring the beasts away from the village, hopefully one by one so we can take them out one by one, or if not, then to lend an assist in the fight that is sure to ensue?
I can try.
Okay.
My village lies at approximately 30 kilometers that way. She points roughly to the northwest.
Oh, we can certainly help you along part of that distance.
I would prefer to travel by myself just to make sure that I can make as stealthy an approach as possible. If you travel 20 kilometers in that direction, I will meet you there. And she wraps a cloak around herself and kind of fades into the shadows and then disappears into the woods.
I could do that if I wanted to. All right. So I guess we go in the direction that she indicated and await her return, I suppose.
Okay. So you guys head out. You do the 20 clicks distance, set up a camp as night starts to fall. And a few hours after nightfall, as you're settling in your camp, she reappears. She says, I was able to make my way to the tree. It said that it has given my people all the aid it can by freeing me from the creature's spell. But it reiterated once again that the heroes that I have found are equal to the task.
All right. Well,
it's nice to know the tree has confidence in us.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Listen, what is your fighting ability here? What's your level of skill? Obviously, you're armed and armored. And you have a kind of a cool looking raccoon with you. What kind of aid can you lend in this fight?
I am swift and can strike hard with my blade and my laser weapons, but I am probably of most use as a sniper.
I can do that. Can you do mega damage? What kind of gun does she have?
She has a laser rifle, which that does not do mega damage, but the vibro sword could. If you're mighty warriors, you, the mighty wolf fighter, and you, the Glitter Boy, can engage the Neuron Beast, I can provide fire support and attempt to take down the mind melters that are supporting it.
Sure, I'm game for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking soften them up with a boom gun as much as possible, but okay.
So are you going to try to go in and do this in the village, or are you going to do something to try to lure them out?
I would rather lure them out. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't want to end up with a bunch of dead villagers. That seems counterproductive.
What's the surrounding area look like?
It's pretty heavily wooded. Low hills, a fair number of streams rolling out to the Mississippi.
How fast is the Neuron Beast?
From the data that you were able to accumulate,
And could we theoretically run up, do a ding dong dell, and then dash back here to an ambush spot?
you in your vehicles, you're probably faster than it is. So if you used one or more of the Glitter Boy, the Gun Wolf, and the Big Boss, you'd be able to move faster than it can.
Okay, so how about this, everybody? I will get planted, ready with the boom gun. You guys go up, tickle it, and then lure it out here. And then when it comes in range, I hit it in the face with the boom gun.
Okay.
All right, so let's set up your ambush area here. Mischief's going to go off to one side, get into a sniper perch. You're going to be planted, ready to hit it with the boom gun. Who's going to go in and lure it? And where's everybody else going to be?
It's got to be somebody fast that's going to lure us out.
Lady Mimby volunteers. She's pretty fast.
Yeah, I just want to be in the back buffing everybody, so I'm just going to mind link and throw some other buffs on.
Okay, click. You're going to stay in the Big Boss and use it as artillery? Or are you going to get on the ground and fight?
Oh, artillery sounds good.
Okay. I'm betting on Philip as artillery as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Kuva. Zell's also going the sniper route.
So you're asking like what my positioning would be?
Yeah. Do you want to be on Griff? Do you want to be on the ground? As a note, your flame armor is a lot more effective if you're not riding your Griffin while using it.
I'm not going to ride him. I'm going to put him behind some cover, and then I'll enact my flame armor to be at the
Okay. You're going to be over here with the hitters. So that looks like a pretty decent ambush.
If you're going to stand out there and be bait, would you like to be buffed?
Well, Lady Mimby's the primary bait, but she's going to take care of her own buff.
Well, no, I'm talking about Leviticus, who's going to be standing there shooting something in the face, going toe to toe.
So yeah, so the plan is Lady Mimby is going to go up and kick him in the shin, and then sprint back to us, luring him in. So the fight, I should be able to hit him right about here. I'm going to wait till he's like sort of medium range. But yeah, will buff help me against the psionic attacks? Because I'm not going to be able to resist that very.
Depends on what it is. Your best bet, if you want to do a boost trait, would be to boost smarts and or spirit in order to give you a better chance of making a saving throw, so to speak, being able to resist whatever mental powers get thrown at you.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of thinking that maybe Lady Mimby would be a better one to boost because she's going to need it more against the side dudes, the mind flayers.
Well, the option is there if Lady Mimby would like it.
She's pretty much, I got this. And her plan is to basically go into the town as a cyber knight, taunt the horrific beast from another dimension, and then cast speed on herself and run for it.
Cool.
And so the first part of that plan goes just fine. She moves into town. She casts speed. She succeeds. She does a noble challenge to the Neuron Beast, and then she runs back towards the ambush site. So you guys are kind of clustered up around your heavy artillery as Lady Mimby is sprinting in at top speed using...
No, bravely sprinting.
Oh. Yes, no. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because this is in fact a this was your plan all along, see.
Ah, yes.
Is to lure this creature into ambush.
That's right.
Okay.
And that puts us right into combat, and aren't you a lucky bunch because right out of the gate, Leviticus draws a joker.
Nice.
Okay.
Well done.
So
Benny's for everybody.
Nice. So in preparation for this ambush, I had previously planted so that I could use the boom gun.
That is correct.
On these guys. All right. So
That would make sense.
So this guy in front, is that our Neuron Beast?
Yes, the guy out in front is the Neuron Beast.
Okay. Well, here we go. There you go.
That just hits.
Okay, cool. Nice. Hello.
Good enough.
Ooh.
Let's see, armor piercing 30. That's a very respectable armor piercing. That is enough to shake the Neuron Beast.
Good start.
Well done.
Take though. Ooh.
The next one being Lady Mimby. Now you are some distance away from, you're running flat out. You have your speed power active, so that helps.
Yeah.
And you're running flat out and some distance away from the rest of the group. What would you like to do? Oh yeah, and there's a 20-foot tall 1-ton creature with dozens of tentacles right on your heels.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep running. Is there like a place to take cover at some point, or not really?
In 2 turns, you could sprint over and either jump into the cover where Mischievous Child is, or jump into the cover where Zell is hanging out.
But I mean, I've got this giant thing, so if I turn and stop, I do risk getting just overwhelmed, right?
It is possible that you would be in. It's probably going to attack you if you turn and stop. That's certainly true.
How confident do I feel today?
Trust the dice.
Yeah, all right. We're going to take both cyber swords and attack.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Big money.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay. Let's see. Psy sword and flaming sword.
Always a great combination.
Yeah.
So that's a 7 on the first one and a 3 on the second one. The 7 does hit.
Roll the damage and then we'll Benny the second one. That's not bad.
That is in fact not bad. And so you strike out at this thing, and you feel like a psychic resistance to your blade as you strike at it.
Wow.
As though, this is clearly a being of phenomenal psionic power.
Even though it's shaken, it's still shrugging this off.
It is shrugging this off easily.
Wow.
Not necessarily because of the psionic power, because it's really tough, but it's clearly using that psychic power as a means of maintaining an incredibly high level of defense. This thing is tough.
Does it feel like I would be better off like shooting at it next time instead of using a psionic weapon?
It feels like you are maybe a little bit outclassed. Like you're trying to go up against the Gunwolf with your Psy sword, except that you don't even have the advantage that you would normally have with the Gunwolf. As a Cyber Knight, you have an advantage in attacking and fighting technology. You don't have that advantage in this case.
Okay. Do I feel like I'm fast enough to pull away if I decide not to Benny the second attack?
Well, it's going to take a swipe at you if you try to run for it, but
and I may as well do the flaming sword. Yeah, see how that goes.
Okay, so that will definitely hit with a raise, but again, nothing.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. How exciting!
Well,
it's going to get ugly.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing is, it's a beast for certain.
Okay.
All right. So next up is the Neuron Beast.
Ooh, that's scary.
And it only has sort of a face, but you look at it as though it looks at you almost contemptuously.
Nice.
And then it lashes out at you with its tentacles.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be a lot of tentacle attacks.
Oh, boy.
How many does it have?
Yeah.
10? It swings 4 tentacles at her.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, gosh.
Boy.
It can attack still while shaken.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. It does have to unshake.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Which it does easily.
2019.
Okay, so fortunately for you, you have you as an expert fighter, your parry is quite respectable.
Oh, good. Do I need to start?
You're not the
rolling
easiest person to hit. No, you don't have to roll. It's just your stat. So it's what it has to roll to hit you. So far, it has only hit you once, but it is a wild card, so it gets the D6 wild die on all of these attacks as well.
I see.
All right, so 4 tentacle attacks swing at you. Only one of them manages to hit, but it hits it. It's kind of a doozy.
Okay.
It hits on a 13, which is going to hit with a raise.
Okay.
Wow, that's a pathetic damage roll.
Lucky.
for 14. As the
Actually, with a critical failure like that, shouldn't that be doing damage to itself?
it didn't critical fail the attack. It hit square. That Lady Mimby managed to twist out of the way just in time.
Ow.
Such that it only manages to shake and possibly wound her.
Can I try to soak?
You absolutely can try to soak. Throw another Benny out there. That is good enough to soak.
Really?
Lucky.
Wow.
Yeah, just barely. So you're not shaken, and you are able to soak.
Okay.
And that brings us to the Gunwolf. Boss, you want to get out of melee? So the Gunwolf pops up out of ambush mode, and it's going to open up with the mini missile launcher, launch a pair of missiles at these guys in back. Which absolutely hit with raises. So there's these other guys who are following along and not wanting to blow you up by accident. The Gunwolf launches a couple of missiles in, rolls a 12 and a 9 for 18 and 15 damage, respectively. And these guys are wearing light armor. So that's a little more than they were prepared to deal with. So he blows away 2 of them right out of the gate.
Oh, goodness. Like to see.
All right. That takes us to Mischievous Child and her brand of mischief for this evening. Kind of looking at his Neuron Beast and thinking, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So she snaps off a laser rifle shot at another one of the guys in back. Fortunately for you guys, she's not a particularly good shot. On the other hand, everybody can get lucky. That aces. So that's a total of 7. That will hit. Oh, man.
Pile it on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a grand total of 23 damage. So she has her laser rifle propped up on a tree, and she whispers an invocation to the father tree of her village. And she drills one of these guys right through the skull.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
Which takes us to Click and the big boss.
So how many guys are left in the back?
There are 4 guys left in the back.
All right. Can I... Now we have 2 cannons on the big boss now, because we've got the fireball and we threw a lightning gun on there.
That's correct.
But the boss lady is still standing right in front of the big bad guy.
That is unfortunately also correct.
So if I drop a fireball like in the gap between the 2 mind flayer, not a mind flayer, guys, right here.
Mind melters, but yeah.
Mind melters. If I drop a fireball there, can I hit both of them?
Absolutely, you can.
Actually, let's do that then.
That will miss. So I would like you to roll a d12 to see in which direction it misses.
Oh, sorry, boss. Come on.
Ooh. Get a free Benny, right? I'm just saying.
You could also Benny it if you don't want to deal with that.
You know what? Why don't we do that instead? Let's Benny that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not kill the boss today. Fire in the hole! Yeah,
that's actually worse.
Wow.
Are you sure you know how to use that damn thing?
How do you do?
I'm literally just driving. She's the one that's up there shooting.
Wow.
All right. So the fireball narrowly misses hitting either the Neuron Beast or Lady Mimby or anybody else for that matter.
Okay, so that's a start.
It's okay. I forgot to adjust for wind. I'll fix it next time.
Okay, Quinlan, you are unfortunately at the moment somewhat out of range for magic. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so as an action, I'd like to hold until any enemy gets within range of my bolt, and then with 5 power points maxed out, I want to fry that thing.
Fair enough.
Good to have a plan.
All right, Kuva, you're up. You're also well out of firebolt range.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna kind of get closer if I can stay in cover. I want to get close enough to where I get to the Neuron Beast and I can smoky darkness it.
Okay, so you're sneaking up on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves the guys in back. So they're going to go for cover and spread out, seeing what they're dealing with here, and continue to move towards you guys at maximum speed.
Wonderful.
All right.
Okay. So that brings us to a new turn. Initiative rolls out.
Are they all closing on our position?
Yes, they know where you are now, so they are moving towards you, presumably to engage with their sneaky mind powers or similar.
Well, okay.
Oh, this time they draw the Joker.
Too bad. Too bad.
Boy.
I think these dice are weighted.
Yeah, I'm not loving the rolling here.
Okay, so they're closing fast. They're gonna run this turn, and then because they jokered and because they can, they're also going to shoot.
That's just rude.
So 2 of them are going to attempt to use their fiendish mental powers on Lady Mimby. One of them will succeed, and a bolt of psychic energy slams into you, but is deflected by your armor.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice.
Focus, everybody.
Yep, and the other ones are going to shoot at the target they can both see and believe they have the best shot at, which is the gooder boy.
So when you say shoot, do you mean with psychic energy or with...
Yes, bolts of mental energy are flying out of their heads. But your armor shrugs it off.
Nice. Nice.
All right.
That's comforting.
Quinlan, if you add 2 more power points to extend range, you can hit one of these guys with a bolt.
Totally going to do that.
All right. So that is a 6. That will hit. You might want to consider Bennying that damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to Benny that. I just was figuring out how to pull it.
That is significantly better.
Yay, woohoo.
Okay, so that is enough to shake one of them. So he reels back from the impact of your counterbolt and yells, "Wizard!"
Oh.
All right, Mischievous Child is going to take another shot, see if she gets lucky again. No, she does not. So she completely fails to hit the guy you just hit with the bolt. With a mighty roll of 1. Click, you're up.
We're going to lob a fireball with these 2 guys down at the bottom here. See what we can do here. Shooting.
By the way, did I get the feeling that the psychic attack was powerful, or I don't know?
You get the feeling that this thing is bad news. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I mean, because these are the minions that were attacking me with the psychic bolt.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a 5 or is that a 14?
That is a 9, actually.
Okay.
And with that 9, that is easily sufficient to hit with a raise.
Nice.
Hey.
Cool. Oof. There we go.
You blast out with the fireball launcher and you incinerate both of these guys.
Hello.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay, I got it dialed in now.
Okay.
Okay, Lady Mimby.
He took his off time to read the manual. Nice.
Are you going to be disengaging now, or what's your plan?
I mean, do I think I have a chance of running away from this thing?
Short answer, do you think you have a chance of running away from this thing? Is yes, you do. You still have your speed power active, so most likely you can do just fine running from this thing.
And I'm going to sprint away.
All right. So it is going to take a swipe at you as you run.
Yep.
And it is rolling depressingly well this evening.
God, what the hell?
Not good.
Is it still shaken, or has it
No, it unshook last time.
Okay. Joker.
But once again, even though it strikes you squarely, with your mighty fighting skill, you managed to deflect the attack.
I feel like Michelle.
You're able to sprint clear.
Cool.
Leviticus.
Crappy damage. Okay. What's my range here on this guy? He's closing. Does it matter?
The Neuron Beast?
Yeah.
You are well within range on the Neuron Beast.
Right. So boom gun once again right to the Neuron Beast.
That will hit.
All right. Come on, big money, big money.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Yeah, that definitely rattled the Neuron Beast cage in a big bad way. So it sort of recoils, and its forearms raise up in front of it, and there's a shriek that almost reaches an ultrasonic level. And with that 40 damage, it's going to start spending some bennies.
Oh, I should freaking hope so.
Yeah, well, it's but the armor. It's not just the 40 damage. It's also the armor piercing 30. Right. That really stings.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. How do you like them apples, pal?
Ooh, that's a good roll.
That's
wow. Okay.
No.
Yes. He burned 3 bennies doing it, but he does soak that.
Oh my God.
He soaks all 5 wounds.
You weasel.
At the last second, he throws up a psionic shield and manages to deflect the blast away from him.
What are you doing, Charles?
I can't do that trick.
Oh man, what are the odds? What are the odds? I'll get you next time, Baron.
And he vanishes.
Oh, wow. He vanished? Oh,
yes, he vanishes.
Come back and fight. All right. Well.
And as he is vanished, okay, I need a spirit roll from you, Lady Mimby, as you feel psionic energy clawing at your brain. You just managed to resist the horrible clawing attack.
Oh, nice. Do what I can. And continue sprinting away, running away.
Bravely.
That's right.
Brave, Sir Lady Mimby.
Bravely run away. Oh, yeah. I hit that guy with enough power to punch through the Pentagon, and he still has time to hit an attack on the way out the door. All right, fine.
So the Gunwolf, seeing only 2 remaining targets, even though they are in cover, is going to bust out the anti-personnel lasers. But since they are in cover, both of those hit the cover rather than them. So they are still standing. Kuva, they are now within range.
Okay. I'll throw a flame bolt at him. I assume I can only hit one?
You can only hit one, yes, unless you want to throw 2 flame bolts at -2 each.
Just hit one. I'll hit the one that isn't shaken.
All right.
I'm spending the 4 AP to make it armor piercing, or 2 ISP to make it AP4.
All right. That absolutely hits with a 9.
And 12 damage. Not great.
Actually, with the 9, that's going to hit with a raise. So it's 16 damage. And with the armor piercing, that is enough to shake that one as well.
Oh, cool. I'll take it.
That brings us to Zell, who is at least a somewhat better shot than her comrade. She is going to fire her laser rifle at the shaken guy and just misses. Okay, Quinlan, you're up first.
All right.
Both those guys are within bolt range.
All right. Is there any chance I can havoc both of them?
They are close enough together that you can, in fact, havoc both of them, yes.
All right, and I'd like to use as many power points as possible to maximize it.
All right, fire at will. All right, that will hit. That does go through. So they're going to have to make strength rolls to avoid being knocked out of their cover. But they're both knocked back out of cover.
Whoa!
And it is now their turn. So they both need to unshake, which only one of them manages to do. And the one that's unshaken rolls forward. He runs up and he is going to strike out with his psionic abilities very effectively. Much more effectively than he expected. I will need a good luck on this one because he just rolled a 26, but I will need a spirit roll from Quinlan.
I'm pulling for you, buddy.
Go.
Go.
No. I personally would not be inclined to waste your bennies on that one. Up to you.
What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can do because, like, at a D6, unless it explodes, I'm kind of stuck.
Explodes a lot. Yes.
Yeah, and statistically, that's pretty low. So, yeah.
Kind of stuck.
Probably not going to work well for you. Yes. So, yeah, you are now under the baleful control of this mind melter.
Oh no!
We
Gotta
will
kill it! Kill it!
We will try
Well, that's
not to
exactly
kill
what
you.
Zell's going to try to do as she takes another shot at this guy. And completely misses. Click. The good news is that the Mind Melter is out of cover because he's run over trying to get at Quinlan. And he's at almost point blank range as far as lightning cannons are concerned.
I haven't had a chance to play with that one yet.
Sounds like a plan.
That will hit.
Nice.
How do you want that guy done?
That would really be overdone.
Wowee.
So he is pretty much vaporized by your lightning cannon blast, and Quinlan is no longer controlled by him.
What
Well
happened?
done. You
made a new friend.
Okay, Kuva.
Intimately?
All right, move a little closer, try to stay in cover, and then firebolt him.
Okay. The 10 will hit with a raise.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you pretty much vaporized this guy. Okay, Lady Mimby.
Am I far enough away that I can turn and shoot?
You would be if you knew where he was.
Okay, so I'm just running. You said that in 2 turns I would be. So that was my first turn running. So this is my second turn running, and then I should be able to get cover. Okay.
Yep.
Continue running.
All right. Nashi, this is your second turn running, so you can run. You run into cover next to Mischievous Child.
Okay.
Who says, "I don't think it's gone."
Oh shit!
Awesome.
Okay, Leviticus.
I'm still processing that whole "I don't think it's gone" comment. Are there still enemies on the field?
Not that you can see.
Well, then I do a quick scan in everything: infrared, radar, microwave.
Okay, you've got a faint radar return. This thing's invisibility does not extend to radar transparency. However, your shot's going to be at a significant disadvantage because it is a very faint radar return.
Okay, is there anything can I use like a mazer to, not a laser, a mazer to bump my accuracy?
If you had a mazer, perhaps.
Well, come on, everybody's got a mazer, right? I mean, do we all have a microwave pump system? I use it for communications. I can easily use it to paint a target. Well, no, what the heck? Okay, let's play this straight. I will go ahead and use the boom gun right on my point. At the same time, I use the loudspeaker to tell everybody this is, the beastie is invisible, and this is where I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, come on. No. Assuming that we need to Benny that.
Probably a good call.
Yeah, let's Benny that. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh.
You know what? One more, because this is embarrassing. All right, here we go. Okay, that's better.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, cool. And here comes damage. Yes. All right, that's all right.
Okay.
I'm just hoping to knock this guy back into visibility.
Well, you definitely hit him, and he is out of bennies. So with that hit, he comes back into visibility and is also in the process blown into tiny little pieces.
Nice. Woohoo.
Nice.
Yeah. Respect the boom gun.
So Mischievous Child comes out. She says, thank you so much for helping our village. I will spread the legend of your people, of the Tomorrow Legion, and of your great might and battle prowess.
Man, fame and glory. What more could a team of diligent adventurers ask for?
Okay, Boomer.
Thank you. Smart ass.
All right. So with that, you are now free to return to continue your journey towards Chi-Town and see what other strange things you might encounter.
Okay, on we go. Do we need to rest and repair at all?
No, you actually didn't really take any damage, so you're in pretty decent shape.
All right, cool. Okay, and our companion here, she's going to be okay getting back to her village. All right, she doesn't need an escort or anything, does she?
No, the village is relatively close, so you're in pretty good shape as far as that's concerned. The whole point of this was you were setting up the ambush near the village, so you're in pretty good shape as far as that goes.
All right.
As far as any permanent damage from the Mind Melter attacks, no, there's no permanent effect. You're just a little bit frazzled by the whole thing. All right, so that's where we'll leave it for this week, and we'll pick up next week with whatever other weird stuff happens on your way to Chi-Town. You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Some adventure concepts sourced from the Anything Can Happen Thursdays group on MeWe, formerly on Google+. Background music is Ice Cold by Jason Shaw.
Oh, for sure.